So, what the heck is this? I do not remember this at all. So, yeah, maybe if I ever help him with his bee stuff, maybe that'll make me get into it too. Lawnmower. Okay. Do I have enough plants to justify it now, but in the future, maybe? Yeah. As I develop, like, a whole bunch of fruit trees with a bunch of different types of things. Maybe. Because, yeah, I am working towards getting a lot of different fruit trees established. I'm, getting that multi-variety plum tree going. Here in the city, we have a multi-variety plum tree that we just bought as, like, a multi-variety plum tree. And it's kind of been the thing that inspired me to get into grafting. Like, hey, I want to do that. And it has 32 plums on it. I counted. And we only planted it last year. Last year was 1 plum. This year's 32. If they all make it. So I'm kind of hyped about that, too. So we have the plum tree. I have a little cherry tree in a pot in the backyard of... I don't know what kind of cherry tree. It's some sort of sour cherry. No idea what. It was a sucker in my Oma's backyard. I dug up 7 last year. That was the only one that survived the winter. I'm trying different methods to dig them up this year to get a better survival rate. But that one's growing great, and I'll plant a cherry tree one day from that. Because it's growing beautifully. I have a lot more cherry trees of Nanking cherries. So ones that I actually know what kind it is. Here, let's do this. Which is a more bushy tree. It doesn't get very tall. And it's sour cherry as well. Genetically close to plums, apparently. So it could be fun to try grafting, like, plums, too. Or putting it onto plum trees or things. And I have a whole bunch of those coming up, is the case. Because I just wanted to start a whole bunch of seeds to get lots of chances. And I have 2 that started early. And I think I got up, like, 5 or something more lately. I already gave one to one of my neighbors who had said that she remembers picking Nanking cherries as a kid. Many years ago, so I gave her a Nanking cherry tree, just a tiny little sprout, and I have lots more. If there's anyone in Central Alberta area that wants a Nanking cherry tree, let me know. But they're literally just tiny little sprouts. They only just germinated not that long ago. My apricots were recently ready to take out of the fridge. Like, it'd been a long enough winter for them. So I planted those. They haven't come up yet, but we'll see. Maybe I'll get apricots. I planted 2 pits. Maybe I'll get an apricot tree coming up. How big do they grow to be? You might take one. They're about 4 meters, I believe, when I looked up. They're shrubbier trees. Look it up. Nanking cherry. If I look it up here. Go to Wikipedia. It's a much shorter tree. Let's see here. It is a deciduous shrub. Okay, so it counts as a shrub, even not a tree. 0.3 to 3 meters in height. Rarely 4 meters. Possibly somewhat wider. Okay, so yeah, it counts more as a shrub. Is the case, because it's so low down. I wanted to grow it because of how close it was to plums for use to, like, combine multiple plants together. So yeah, I have a whole bunch of sprouts of that now. Is the case. The sour cherries from my Oma's yard that I'm trying to reproduce. Those get to be big trees, though. But the Nankings are apparently pretty small. So, I guess I shouldn't call it a tree, I should call it a cherry shrub. To be the case. Be gone with you. Gain that. So yeah, I have a whole bunch of them now. Wally, Valerie, I need your help. What other trees am I growing? There's 2 hazelnut trees upstairs. They're about yay big right now. My 2 lime trees are extremely happy now that it's summer and they can be outside and they're soaking up so much sunshine. It's supposed to be like 30 plus degrees next week, so they're probably gonna love that, and they're already growing like crazy, so they're like, whoa, it's home! It's my home environment! We just look like a bunch of dolls in a dollhouse? You sure do. So 2 lime trees. I might try growing a plum tree from seed from our multi-variety plum tree in the backyard. But I already have so many trees. I'm not going to try that right now. Maybe next year. And plus, that means that this year I can try out all the different plum flavors. And then I can decide which ones I like the most. And then next year, I can try to cross-pollinate like my 2 favorites and make a hybrid of like my 2 favorite tasting ones. Gosh dang it. Is what I might try to do. So I gotta do a taste test first this year. That's what I better do. I'm trying to grow Saskatoons from seed. I took those out of the fridge at the same time as the Nankings, and the Nankings came up recently, so maybe I'll have a bunch of Saskatoon trees coming up here soon too? Hopefully. They haven't come up yet. We'll see. I'm also trying to grow elderberry trees. Those were in the fridge too. Some blue elderberries, so I'll see if those germinate. Yeah, boy, grew to level 42. So, not quite sure yet. Need arena. Yeah. That family referred to themselves as dolls in a dollhouse. They're living in a gym owned by a child. Cheap rent, I guess so. Gosh dang it, now I forgot who you're switching in. Thin and charcoal. Love Saskatoons. So do I. And we used to have Saskatoons out by our lake cabin. There used to be a tree that was growing just outside our yard, and it had branches that were reaching into our yard, so we could pick freshly picked Saskatoons. Now the only thing that we can pick from there is choke cherries. That there's not a massive ton that you can do with. I make Saskatoon berry jam that goes so well on bread. Oh, that's awesome. When I went and visited Guzma in New Orleans, I brought Saskatoon jam with me down there. That was his first time trying out the taste of Saskatoons. The Saskatoons are so good. I prefer Haskaps a little bit more when it comes to blueberry looking things. And some of my Haskaps are starting to get ripe, which is really nice. Do that. It's about to send in Scrafty. I don't know, just stay here. But I do quite like Saskatoons too, and I want another Saskatoon tree. So I can pick some of those. So that'd be nice. One day I think it'd be fun to grow peaches, because there are apparently a couple varieties that you can grow here. Since I should just use fly, then I would have one-shot you. What am I doing? The dudo that has a place in the city and has a whole bunch of tree types grafted together and has the bees. That dude. One of his types is peaches. He has the type of peaches. I forget what type it is. I could look it up by looking at my camera roll and seeing what type it was there, because he was selling peach sticks. And I asked him, like, this can grow here? And he said, yeah, it grows just fine. Like, it's never taken any frost damage or anything. It just doesn't fruit every year. Sometimes it'll fruit every other year. Sometimes it'll fruit 2 years in a row, and then it just won't for 2 years. So I don't know if I'd ever grow a full-on peach tree. I don't know if I have space for that. But maybe if he's selling peach sticks again next year, maybe I'll buy a couple off of him and try putting it onto a plum tree. Because they're related, so probably get away with that. Moltres! And I think it'd be fun to have Alberta-grown peaches. What a sight that'd be. Even apricots is like, really? You can grow that? And apparently the answer is yes. So, I'm working on apricots here. I mean, my plum apricot hybrids are doing well. And then, maybe I'll try peaches one day. That might be fun. But yeah, I'm currently trying to grow a lot of things from seed. I have a metric butt ton of mullein plants right now. Burno. Which is a medicinal plant that is technically counted as a noxious weed. But you can, like, steep it into tea for medicinal purposes. Gosh dang it. That's not good, is it? Just commit to roll out anyway. Do it anyway here. Grandma cans peaches. Grandma's a bit further south in Manitoba. Buys them from the Mennonites in the area, so you never question it. Okay. But yeah, growing some there. But yeah, there have been some people I've told about growing peaches here in Alberta and have just been completely stunned, like, wait, that's a thing that you can grow here? Not very many types, but apparently it's possible. I'm not exactly the highest producing. But it's a thing, apparently. So I'll try that. I hope my apricot trees... Oh my god! Oh my god! And my apricot trees sprout. That'd be cool. Growing apricots from seed. Would be pretty sweet. I'm not entirely sure what type of apricot they are, but they were grown from a tree in Edmonton, so, like, they can clearly live around here. Even if it's a hybrid of 2 different types. Like, it's types that can grow here, so there's no reason why the child wouldn't be able to as well, I figure. That's scary now, isn't it? But yeah, I kind of want to be a fruit tree maniac. Oh, and then my apple trees. How could I forget about those? Do I really want to try this with you kind of down? I can use a burn heal and then heal you up. If I can do. In fact, maybe I will. That's what I think I might just do, because I don't really want to traverse this whole thing again. And then, let's see here. Yeah, growing a lot of things from seed. My housecat plants that I've been growing from seed, it seems like I'm gonna have, like, no difficulty giving those away to people that will appreciate those. Whoops. What seems like. Thank goodness you weren't missing, like, 1 HP, so it didn't go to waste there. Sure, there goes all the potions. So, I had, I think, 19 in total more from seed. I planted a whole bunch of ones that I bought from a farm last year. At a farm that was kind of southwest of Leduc-ish. And those ones are doing great. Those are the ones that are yielding berries this year. And I got a couple different types in the mail just to have like a variety of different types that I can play around with if I want. Different species, well, no, not different species, different varieties of the same species, sorry. Here it is, your very own Mega Ring. It's in the shape of a bracelet, so it's super easy to wear. But by once I've been growing from seed, I think I brought to maturity a total of 22 then. So there was 3 that I grew from seed that I already planted at my Oma's place. Maybe they'll fruit next year. You have a Cobalion, what the heck? And they're growing well, they're establishing themselves. Hey look, another view bot. Let's just ban that real quick. Gotta go near it. Leduc, your condolences. Leduc is where Fragapalooza takes place every year. Is the case. Including this year. Screw it, I'm just gonna Mega Evolve you, whatever. Starting out with a legendary. No risks here. Anyway, I managed to successfully grow 22 Hascat plants from seed. I think it used to be closer to 25, but some of them died, typically to spider mites. But 22, I was able to bring it to this point where they're... How old now? If they sprouted around August last year, they're almost a year old. Almost a year old then. So yeah, 11 months old, I'd say. Gallade. Fighting Psychic. I don't know, let's just do this, how about? This is what we'll do. And out of those 19 Hascaps, we already planted 2 at the lake. 2 went to another friend at the lake. Then there's the 3 that went into my Oma's yard. Is the case. So I have, I believe, 17 Hascat plants left. And it seems like I'm not going to struggle to find homes with those. Like, everyone really likes those plants because they're insanely cold-hardy berries that survive in this climate no problem. They don't have any spikes. You self-destruct! They're not spiky. They don't sucker. They're just fantastic. So, yeah, giving away a whole bunch of Hascaps in the near future here. And I'm going to try to make sure that they're all put into the ground this year. Because if they can go dormant for the winter this year and like start their regular cycle of this is summer, this is winter, this is summer, this is winter, that would be good. That would be very healthy for them to be able to go dormant and then come back. You can only stay awake for so long here. They're probably already like, what the heck? This is the longest summer ever. When is it going to end? Getting ready to go dormant. Probably why the 3 that I planted in my Oma's yard lost all of their original leaves. Started turning yellow and losing them like it was autumn. But now they're regrowing. Igglybuff is your final Pokemon. Amazing. So I'm going to try to get those all planted. Try to give those away. Make sure they're all put into the ground. And then all my seed-grown Hascaps can grow all over the place at all the people's places that I'm giving them to. I've told people that my condition for giving away Hascap plants is I want to try the berries off of them one day. If the sun is shining tomorrow, that'd be reason enough to smile. Because Hascaps cannot self-pollinate. They need to be cross-pollinated, 2 different types. They're not capable of self-pollination, which means every single seed-grown one is technically a different variety. Even seeds that came from the exact same berry are technically different varieties from one another, because apparently every single seed is its own pollination event and own, like, genetics getting all mixed up and stuff. So, every single one of my 22 Hascaps that I grew from seed is its own type. I don't know what I'm going to name them exactly. I might just call them Boreal Harmony Hascaps. Just call them all that, even though they're all technically different variations of that. But I made my own type of Hascap, so I can name it whatever the heck I want. I don't know how the bot's not catching that, but I definitely said name without even realizing it. And it would increase my speed to 100%. Whoops, what did I just do? Just selected a thing on OBS, and that would have actually brought me up to 100%, and we just beat a gym leader anyway, so let's just pretend that name isn't a thing right now. How is the bot not catching it? I don't even know. Anyway. I want to try the fruit from all my different varieties, decide which one is the best, or if I can even tell, like, a difference in taste. And then if I decide that one particular one that I grew from seed is the best tasting one, then I'm going to want to propagate that. Take some cuttings, stick them in the ground, turn them into their own plants, and continue it going. Whichever one is the best one. That might be so, but, oh, that's right. Mr. Butler, do you know anything about Mega Evolution? So, in maybe next year, well, probably won't be a super established plants by next year. Maybe the year after. When they're big enough and they have a lot of berries, I'll be stopping by people's places who I gave Hascaps to. Try a few berries. See if there's one that I like the taste of the most. And if there is, then when they're big enough plants that they're not going to care, take some cuttings and grow new plants. And then get some Boreal Harmony Hascaps going. Plot is more broken than the dialogue. I guess so. It doesn't recognize that. Let's just do it as a... Hold on. I did set that word up, right? Yeah, I did. Hold on, just as a test. Name. Name.
You just said name. Increasing game speed 5%. Dumbass.
Okay, I don't even know. Anyway. So, yeah, that's the situation with the Hascaps. Before we get to that, however, shouldn't see that coming. That gym is tough. Great to see you, Harmony. You want the usual, right? See, it's a good deal in it. We can trade again tomorrow if you want. Get through the tall grass is fun. All kinds of Pokemon jump out at you. So, I guess so. Like, maybe my computer isn't as used to that. And welcome back there, Eternoise. Don't get why you even get those bots. You're not hovering in the 0 to 5 viewer range where people would consider that. I don't even know why anyone at all would ever consider that. Like, you click that, you're just gonna go to malware. Oh, it must be the green one. Whoops. Not speaking from experience, it's just my assumption. Maybe it did view bot. Like, what's the point? Like, if someone has, like, hundreds of viewers and nobody's chatting, then it's obvious that they're bots. And everyone's gonna be like, oh, I do not want to stick around in this stream. Like, and you shouldn't. So, yeah. That may be that, but I think it's time you and I have a little chat, Dr. Zarazik. What's that? It's your party. Ah! But yeah, there's that. Let's save again here real quick. I'll stop by the Pokemon Center. I've been going for about 12 hours now. Where the heck is the Pokemon Center? Whoops. And then there's my apple trees. So I have 7 apple trees. And 4 of them are one type of hybrid. 3 of them are another type of hybrid. 4 are a cross of Prairie Harmony and Prairie Magic apples. And another is a cross of Red Wonder, the red-fleshed cool apples, and I don't know. Red Wonder and something. Beats me. They're a complete mystery. I can go grab that thing really quickly. And those have been pretty stagnant for a while because I've been dealing with spider mites on them that keep on eating on them and chewing the leaves. And I've been trying so many pesticides and I've been giving my apple trees so many baths to try and get all those spider mites off. And I just can't for the life of me. So my apple tree growth, like, it doesn't seem like they're dying. Well, they are losing the occasional leaf here and there, slowly. But they haven't been growing for quite some time now. And I'm just constantly stressing about these spider mites that no matter what I try to seem to do, I just can't get rid of them for the life of me. And I've already lost a few Hascat plants to spider mites, some of my seed-grown ones. That was how I lost most of the ones that didn't make it. And I really don't want to lose my apple trees to spider mites, and I'm kind of stressing out about that. So I'm gonna have to keep on dealing with that and see what I can do because it is a massive pain in the butt. They're these tiny little critters. They almost look like a slightly bigger speck of dust, and they feed on the sap of the leaves and slowly kill a plant. It's awful. And they're gonna kill my own varieties of apple trees. So I'm kind of stressed out. We'll go into the Pokeball factory in a sec. I have 6 at home, 3 of each kind. There was one that was basically dead. It only had like the tiniest little leaf left. I brought it to work in a desperate effort to save it. That one is regrowing. That one is like super happy. So that's one of the prairie hybrid ones. Like the apple tree that's on my desk at work is extremely happy right now. Oh, and there's 6 orange trees on my desk at work now too. It's also the case after I'd kept on planting seeds from mandarin oranges in my lunch with the intention of growing them to a decent size, cutting off branches, sticking them onto my lime tree, having a multi-variety citrus tree. And I have lemon seeds that I got from New Orleans when I was visiting Guzma as well. And I might try to grow some of those in the near future for the same purpose. Get a lime, lemon, orange tree. So, that's the plan. I mean, if you have 0 viewers and are desperate, if it's a site where you can buy like 15 lurking viewers for $5, you could see a streamer wasting their money. I guess someone that's really desperate. But, like, you spending that, you would know that it's not real. And then, like, what's the point? Like, because viewers, that's not exactly going to contribute to revenue made or anything like that. Like, just the number of viewers, that is, whether it's on YouTube or Twitch, if it's not a real viewer. If it's not generating ad revenue or whatever the heck, there's no point. So it's just about, like, your own feelings of self-worth of, look at the viewers I have, and if you know that they're not real, it's like, it doesn't even achieve that purpose. And I guess so. And that was definitely the case with Twitch for a long time, where it's like, the higher viewers go at the top when you want to put yourself out there more. But again, when there's a lot of people on a stream and no one's chatting, then it's a little bit suspicious. Though, I guess there are situations where you'll get raided by like a big streamer and then basically all the people that are left after a little bit are those that were lurking or like fell asleep at their computer. Thank you for participating. The challenge for the triple battles has ended. Next, please challenge super triple battles. Like the biggest raid that I ever got, I think was 1,500 people? It might have been a couple thousand. I don't remember. I was streaming Dark Souls 1. I was facing the big dragon boss underneath the sewers. If anyone wants to try and track down what part that is and like see how many viewers it actually was. I was raided by Otofu, who I used to hang out in the streams of for a really long time when he was just a small streamer as well. Nowadays, he's like one of the biggest Dead by Daylight streamers, and so he saw me streaming Dark Souls at one point a couple of years ago and sent a raid to me. And like the chat was pretty active for a while and things were really popping off. But after a while and things settle down, then I'm just sitting with like several hundred viewers and a dead chat. And it looks really weird and suspicious. A few years back, this really strange dude named Colress told me these hey, that's from Black 2 White 2. These big stones emit some kind of special energy. Cool story, bro. The person reading this, what are you like now? Did you become who you wanted to be? For stars, was the person you wanted to become even like? What? I know, but it'd be wonderful if you can boast that you're living each day to its fullest. The future Sycamore, from the Sycamore dreaming of the future. Also, unrelated, but a lot of people think that they can grow on a platform like Twitch if they just get lucky and get like a really big raid like that, and then here's all these viewers in, and a lot of them are gonna stay. When it comes to that massive raid that I got of like 1,500 or a couple thousand people, I don't remember what it was. I know it was over 1,000 people that raided. Out of all those people that raided into here, the amount of people that have stuck around since then and continued to watch streams is 0. So, on the note of that raid and people wanting to grow, just hoping to get lucky that way. Yeah, that's not how it works. That's not how it goes. And usually after a raid, most people are gonna leave because the streamer that they were actually interested in watching is dipped out. That usually be how it goes. But anyway, just a little unrelated side note that I think is like a interesting observation when it comes to that. Do be the case. So, is there something I have to do here? Is this an entrance? Oh my god, it is.